You are live. Camera's a bit shaky than it is on a selfie stick, I suppose. Should stabilise. It's not. Anyway, welcome to the video, guys. Welcome to my channel, Bit Glenn. My name's Glenn. I like to share with you what I learn in the world of crypto as I go through it. So the sound should be a bit better once. Oh, I get in this little car that we're in. I look really red. Why do I look so red? I haven't caught the sun today, I don't think. Oh, that's a bit better. Right, well, so thank you for joining in the video. Hopefully we've got Team Bit Glenn representing in this video. I don't look so red now. I think it was the little lights. So yeah, welcome to the video. This is a Ether Homes update. Crypto Carl says, hi Glenn, hello mate, thank you for joining. Hope you guys all smash that like button for me. Keep smashing. Every video you come into, just click the like button. That's the first thing I want you to do, so you don't forget when this video ends. So the token sale, what can I say about that? I'm getting loads and loads of messages every day. Every day it seems like I get people that seem like they're interested, seem like they're serious. People saying stuff to me like, oh, I'm looking to invest quite a large amount. What about this? What about that? Can I have a phone call with you? Can I chat with you? And I say, yep, that's fine. I've made myself completely available. ETH gas fees don't help. No, that is true. The Ethereum gas fees are very high. They're through the roof. So to send money through from one Ether wallet to another, it is high, but it's not drastic. So even if you sent like $1,000 somewhere, it probably cost you $1 to $2 worth of Ethereum. But when you're sending Ethereum to do something like uniswap or a coin swap or a smart contract or a locking up or a staking or anything like that, because that's a contracts are a hungrier beast, if you like. They require more. There's more data being sent and received, and obviously certain things need to trigger for a transaction to complete. So therefore they do require more Ethereum. They are quite I agree with that. So to send that same $1,000 from one Ethereum wallet to another and only pay like $2 in fees, say, to send it in a smart contract, you're talking about $10. So it's like 4 or 5 times higher than sending it just from one wallet to another. That's from my experience. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Some wallets out there, like say, I don't know, Coinbase, they pre-populate what they think the gas fees are anyway, and they're usually higher than the standard anyway. Now the standard has got really expensive, that they're even more expensive on top. Hi Glenn, got my home tokens in MetaMask now all sorted. Well done, David. I'm glad that you got there in the end. I must admit, some people have messaged me say, look, I'm really confused. What, when's it going to be available on Uniswap? So, and I know I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I'm just going to go over it again. And I probably will go over it almost every day until the 30-day sale has ended, just so it's clear. If you want to take part in the Ether Homes project, to get the project off the ground, I'm looking to raise money by doing a pre-sale. The pre-sale I've made as fair as possible. 100% of the tokens are up for sale. So I don't hold 70% of the supply, nor does any of my friends or family or associates. The only supply out there are the ones that you guys are buying. Now, I have to buy in exactly the same as you guys. I'm getting them at the same price, you guys. It's 2,500 Ether home tokens for every one Ethereum. Doesn't mean you need to put in one Ethereum, but that is the ratio that you will get. So if you put in just 0.1 of Ethereum, which is about, I think, $40 at the moment, then that equates to 250 Ether home tokens. To take part, if you want to take part in this and to help raise money for the project to start, just head over to www.ether-homes you can tell I'm tired. Ether dash, oh no, it's a dash, isn't it? Yeah, ether-homes.com. I was thinking of Dash, the cryptocurrency. My brain is fried. Go over, about halfway down, there is a smart contract address that says this is the smart contract address in big bold writing. You can either copy and paste that link and then just send that Ethereum, that address that's on there, send Ethereum to that address. That's it. That's all you need to worry about if you want to buy the tokens. You send Ethereum to that address. That is it. For some of you out there that want to take this a step further, just to verify and confirm that I'm doing everything I'm saying I'm doing, I'm not scamming, I'm not cheating anyone, you can click on the big green button below it saying view on Etherscan, and you can actually click on that and you can verify what tokens are being bought, where they've gone to, where the Ethereum came from. So it's all open, it's all transparent. Now, if we don't hit our target of 120 Ethereum minimum, then this project will not go ahead. And everyone that puts money into this smart contract, the Ethereum will be returned back to you. I have no access to the Ethereum at all. It's in a vault, which is part of the smart contract that I created. And I have no access to it until after the 30 days and the soft cap has been met, which is 120 Ethereum. Or if we hit the hard cap, which is 4,000 Ethereum. At the moment, we have sold 17,333 tokens. So just say 17,500. Which equates to, I don't know, equates to, I can't work that out off the top of my head, 6-7 Ethereum. So we're way off at the moment. A lot of people have been messaging me saying, look, Glenn, I'm looking to make a larger purchase. I just wanted to ask some questions, and I've answered everyone's questions, and they've said, yep, completely makes sense, seems really fair, really transparent. I'll make a purchase soon. Now, I don't know if that means that people are going to wait until the 30th day to actually take part. They're free to do that. It's entirely up to them if they want to do that. I'm not going to hold it against them. I sort of understand why. A lot of you out there think, oh, if I put Ethereum into the smart contract, then that's going to tie my Ethereum up for 30 days. Whereas if I put that into, I don't know, YFI or whatever Ethereum tokens you guys are buying this week, then you'll make gains between now and then, which is absolutely fine. Until, obviously, you realise that a lot of them out there are scams. Obviously, I've tried to be as honest and open and fair and transparent as I can be. I've tried doing the pre-sale the most honest, fair and transparent way I can be. There's no incentive for me to dump my tokens because I probably won't be a majority shareholder of them. Maybe I will. Maybe no one will buy the tokens. But I've tried to do it that makes people feel the most confident and secure investing in the project. There's no other way I think I could have done it more fairly. The easiest and simplest way of me doing this which means I would have had no fallback. It means I would have had no, I wouldn't have to worry about other people's money. At the moment, I'm worried about other people's money. I'm like, oh shit, now I've got all these people investing in me. I need to, like, you know, make something happen, you know, sort of thing. I have to actually go out, buy the house and all this. Whereas if I just put the thing on Uniswap, I could have just released, I don't know, 300 million tokens. I would have owned all 300 million of them. Put enough liquidity between that coin and Ethereum, put it on Uniswap, and then just said, hey guys, check out my new coin, go and buy this coin. And then some of you would have bought it, some of you would have sold it, some of you would trade it sort of day to day, week to week, and that probably would have been the easiest way that I should have done it. Who knows? Maybe we'll hit the soft cap and then maybe we'll raise some more and everyone will get their fair share, and then there'll be no need for anyone to dump any tokens on anyone below the price that they've paid for it, because that would be a very stupid move. So therefore the project will inherently, hopefully, go up in value with increased speculation and demand of the token. If we have a look at what's going on with like that YFI, I don't know if you guys have seen, that has gone up to $25,000 per coin, which is insane. That is going to wreck some people. So, I may be completely wrong. Maybe it'll stay that price forever. Maybe it'll go up. Maybe that will hit 100,000K before Bitcoin does. But I don't know. That's and I had a look, and apparently you can earn like 100% APR on that coin, which says to me, when we've seen projects like this happen before, where they've gone massively up in value and they offer really, really good return on investments and really good APRs and APYs, usually something happens somewhere and the house of cards crumbles and it just collapses. I'm keeping mine long term. It's a great investment for anyone. Thanks, David. I think that's a wise choice of words. So someone said to me, they worked out the numbers and they said, based on your numbers that you're giving us, you know, the project is it's almost acting like a stable coin with 3% interest per year, which is true based on one property. The second you have two properties under that, because I would have bought, refurbished, refinanced and then rented, so 4 hours there, and then obviously I would just go and buy another one. Then all of a sudden that 3% becomes 6%, then the next one will become 9%, next one will be 12%. So the more assets I acquire, the more the token should be worth. Remember, I'm only valuing the project based on, one, the money it has in reserves, and two, the assets that we acquire. That's it. I'm not using any speculation. I'm not saying, oh, I'm going to start this token off at $1 a coin because $1 a coin sounds awesome. And then when it hits the market and it goes down to 0.0063 or something. I've actually valued it based on, right, okay, well, the company raised 50,000, so the project should be worth 50,000 because that's how much money in reserve. And obviously I'm going to use that money to acquire an asset straight away. Obviously, once that asset has gone up in value, that's what the project should be worth. If it goes up to 100K, then the project should be worth 100K. And that's how I've valued it. Now, if you look at popularity, trading volume, momentum, speculation, then, like I said, this could go up to a 5 to 10 market cap coin, which would put it, you know, well within the 400 to 500 mark coin market cap, which obviously would mean all of you would make a huge, massive return. I mean, you're talking 10 to 15x from where I'm selling it to you. And if it goes up from there, who knows? Who knows? It could be, you know. then you're talking sort of like 100x coin and all that sort of stuff. And I'm not promising that to anyone, and I'm not saying that will happen. Unlike some other coins out there, I'm just saying that that's typically what happens with coins that get a bit of a community behind it, and they invest and they hold for a long time, because one person will sell their tokens, but they'll try their luck and they'll try and sell it at $1.20. And if that's the only ones that are on supply and people are like, oh, I want to buy that coin from Uniswap, then that's what it's worth at that point in time. So it's interesting to see where it goes. I'd love it if obviously we do hit the soft cap and the project's all a go. If not, if it doesn't hit its soft cap and the 30 days ends, then I'll know that there wasn't enough interest and demand in the project, and therefore it won't exist. It won't exist. And I'm sure someone will copy it with a flashier website and a flashier advert and better marketing tools than I have, and it'll be a success. And you know, someone's going to make a lot of money copying the same model I've done, but they won't give you what I'm offering you. So I don't know what to say to that. I sort of feel I can see why Richard Hart, I noticed that lately he's been kicking off at the community, the Hex community, because a lot of them are buying like Ample token and stuff, and he's like, look, I'm trying to protect you from the scams, but yet, you know, you won't buy my coin, which is set in stone and does exactly what it says it does, and I've never scammed anyone. But and I feel like that. I feel like it's whoever shouts the loudest, whoever market is the loudest, boldest, they're going to be the projects that succeed. Not that I'm being downhearted. We've raised 18. Oh, we cut out there. My signal might be cutting out, guys, but oh, it's cut out again. Sorry, guys. Hopefully you guys can smash that like button for me. I would really appreciate that. Don't forget to check out www.ether-homes.com. If you want to take part in the sale, the little contract address that's printed across the middle of the website, just send that Ethereum. Whatever it is, don't invest more than you're willing to lose. Just send over an amount of Ethereum that you want to take a chance on a company like this. Send it to that contract address. The tokens will get sent to your ERC20 friendly wallet, so MetaMask, Trust Wallet. It would be cool as a crypto domain. What you mean, etherhomes.com? All right, dude. I'll chuck a few questions in the pot. Are you mortgaging for the rest of the money needed, bridging loan, etc., to do what you have the house lined up? Free. Who's doing the refurb? Yeah, so depending on the project. So if you guys remember, obviously I bought a house for 42,000. So if I raise like 55,000, 60,000, then no, I won't need to. I could just buy a house outright cash. Then me and a builder will go in, and obviously it'll be him mainly doing the work, but I'll be there to oversee the whole thing. So it's like I'm project managing it. I've got a team of plumbers. I've got a couple of electricians, and I've also got a plasterer and some painter and decorators. The one that I'm struggling to find at the moment is a landscaper, which is odd. I don't know why. So I need a landscaper, but the rest I've got a team of guys, and obviously I'll project manage them when they need to be there, how long they need to be there for, how much money. And obviously I can always, the plan was that I was going to YouTube everything. So I was going to YouTube me purchasing the property, me showing you around the property. And I know that some people are going to comment saying, oh, I don't like that house, I don't want you to buy it. But I'll just, you know, obviously once you guys invest in the project, I hope that you trust my judgment as a CEO of the company or director to say, this is the house we're buying, this is one I think that's got the best opportunity that I've come across. I did a live stream the other day walking around some houses, which was quite cool. I know a lot of you like that, so maybe I'll do that again. So if you like that sort of stuff, if you're into properties and renovations of properties and renting out and the sort of the whole buy to let sector, really, houses up north, yes. So the business model does not work on houses that are down this way unless you get them for a really big discount. Oh, I've got hiccups all of a sudden. The houses sort of like down south in the UK, you're looking at 250,000. Even if you got a discount for, I don't know, 25%, you're still looking at like 220,000, 215, whatever it may be. So it's a lot higher risk. Obviously, you're paying a lot more monthly payments for essentially the same sort of gain, because by the time you pay a mortgage on that amount of money, say like you're renting a property out for, I don't know, £900 a month, but your mortgage on that is £650, £700 a month. Well, you're only earning £300 a month. By the time you take out the maintenance fee from a lettings agent, which is normally 10%, so then they're taking 60, 70 quid or whatever it is, then you're only left with 220. Well, if you buy a house up north for, 40 grand and your mortgage is only 25, 30, your monthly payments are going to be 120, 150, 180, something like that. Whereas you can rent it for 450. So then you're earning sort of £260 a month. So it's exactly the same sort of almost outcome. The only time it would be a lot more beneficial is if you could get a house at a very heavy discount for some reason. It rents really highly, so it's in a really popular demand area, and you get a really good interest rate on your mortgage, say like, I don't know, 2%, 2 point something percent at the minute or so. I've heard people talking about 1 point something mortgages, which is amazing. You get something like that, then it may work. It may just work. You need to leave 25% equity in the house, so you're leaving 50 something grand in there. But then you have to ask yourself, oh, I own this house where I own like 50 grand equity in the property. Is it not better to just buy a house outright for 40, 50 grand and then receive the full income from that? I don't know. So it doesn't tend to work very well down south. That's the point I'm trying to make. It is more about properties up north. Now, properties up north tend to have a very slower capital growth. So therefore, you really have to do your homework. You can buy a house anywhere up north for 30 grand. I've seen some for 15 grand. But they're in areas where you wouldn't want to own a house, and capital growth isn't. It's pretty much non-existent. So what I mean by that is you buy a house for, say, I don't know, £20,000, and then you own it for 10 years and it's still worth £20,000. So you've made zero capital growth. So you need to pick an area where you think, oh, this is an up and coming area, it's a trendy area, or let's see what's happening in the local areas, the nearest town, the nearest city. And if you think, okay, this is a spot where I can see doing well in terms of capital growth, then you need to make them figures work out, right? Okay, this is how much it'll rent for a month. So that means I can't go over this much mortgage wise. And then that will determine what you want to pay for the house, or i.e. me, the director of the company. So yeah, it's all about doing research, and that's the really sad thing. A lot of people think it's all about getting your hands dirty and doing the house up really cheap and all that, but actually a lot of it is research. If you do the research first, you shouldn't really have to work that hard. Where's your current buy to let? What's the numbers on that? So I've gone through all of this before. Who is that? Is that Ace of View? Ace of View. I've gone through all this before, but I'll gladly go over it again. So the buy to let that I have at the moment is I paid 42,000 for the property. I spent about 17 renovating it. I had to pay a few legal fees. So my total spend was, I think off the top of my head, and it's between 62 and 63,000. So the house has been valued at sort of 80,000 realistic. So some people have been throwing out the figure of 90,000, but I'm just giving you sort of realistic figures. And obviously I can remortgage 75% of that, giving me about 60 to 65,000. So the second I do that, the house has cost me zero. It's just cost me time. So it's absolutely cost me zero. I gained all my money back that I put into it in a very short period of time. Now, the monthly payments on that are coming in at £215 a month. The house can rent out for $350 to $350. Sorry, I'm getting messages. I follow your channel for quite a while now. Right, someone just messaged me on Telegram while I was chatting. The property would rent for $450 to $475 per calendar month. I've been told that by 3 different letting agents, and it seems about right for that area. So that means that there's 200 to 260 something off the top of my head. I ain't got a calculator. Profit, but then you've got to take out the management fee. So I'm going to let an agent manage it. I could manage it myself, but I don't want to. I would rather pay someone £40 to £50 a month and just let them take it over. Let them run it, let them look after the tenants. If there's an issue, they send a builder around, because that means if I'm not in the area, if I'm abroad, it's still being looked after. Now, they take about a 10% cut, normally plus VAT or including VAT, depending on what deal you negotiate. So let's just say 10% of 475, worst case scenario, you're looking at £47.50 as their maintenance fee. So therefore, it would leave you with a monthly income profit of about £200 a month, which that is all I aim for. That is my target. I'm happy with that. I don't know if you guys can see me, it's getting pretty dark. Let me start this car up. So yeah, all those figures to me, I'm really happy with. I couldn't be happier with all of those figures. I couldn't ask for more, really. It's exactly what I wanted when I starting to get dark here. When I bought the property, so it just shows that I'm starting to know what I can get in certain particular areas. Obviously, if I went to a brand new area, then I might not know what they go for. But yeah, I'm very happy. Now, I looked at this model and I thought, oh, why couldn't I bring that to the blockchain and so? Thought this idea where me and you watching this video, we own the property together. Oh, my Bluetooth on. How do I get my... Let's turn Bluetooth. Wi-Fi off. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Did that cut off? Yeah, I was thinking, how can I bring this business model together with cryptocurrency? And therefore, Ether Homes was born out of my mind. You own a cryptocurrency, and then obviously you own a proportion of the house. Now, again, I could just release a token on Uniswap and say, yeah, you own some of the house. Yeah, there's nothing backing it, and there wouldn't be anything tying you, because whoever purchases that property, whether it's for a business or personally, they own it. And you'd have to come out with a pretty good smart contract to say that's legally binding. So what I done was I thought the only fair way I can do this is by coming out of the gates straight away and saying this is an STO. This is a security token offering. The token is a security offering. I'm offering you the security that you own some of the business with shares of the company. And that's the only fair way I could see doing it. But if I just created a coin, I could have released it on Uniswap, just waited, just kept advertising it, kept shilling it, kept mentioning it, and then when eventually it goes to 1 cent or whatever, then I just dump my 30 million on people. But I didn't want to do that. This isn't what I wanted to do. I wanted to create something, like I said the other day, and I don't know how to say this without it sounding cheesy. I wanted to create something real. I wanted something that if someone owned the cryptocurrency, they could be like, yeah, I own some of that. And, you know, like, oh, look, I invested in this company when it was really early. That's what I wanted. That's what I'm trying to achieve. That's what I've got my heart and goal set on. If you like that, check out www.ether-homes.com. Send the contract address there, some Ethereum, and you will receive home tokens, and you're part of the crowd sale. You got the tokens before the general public got them, which you can't say that with many tokens. A lot of these pre-sales are behind closed doors, so they go to investors and say, look, we'll give you 25% of all the share of tokens if you give us $50,000 or whatever. So they own a huge majority share. By the time you get it as a person from the general public, the retail sector, yeah, it's already had 2 or 3 pre-sales. It's raised its money. It's promised people certain things by certain times. You're just going along for the ride, you know. You don't own any of that company. You don't have a stake in that company. You have nothing legitimate backing it. You just buy the token because you think, oh, if some good news comes out about this company, it might go up in price. So, I don't know. Obviously, having a STO, being a shareholder, you do have some say. You can have voting rights on the CEO. So if you didn't like what I was doing, if you thought, oh, actually Glenn's run us into the ground, then you can vote to sack me. If you guys all said, do you know what, I don't want to get dividends in more Ethereum tokens, I wanted Bitcoin, you can all vote on that, and whatever the outcome is, that's what will happen. If you say, no, actually I want a burning mechanism in the home token, then we can implement that. If you want staking with the rewards and it gets shared out between everyone evenly over a period of time, we could do that. You could vote on how you want to take the project forward because you're a shareholder, not just buying a coin and hoping it goes up in price. There's that as well. A lot of people have been negative, obviously, about the UK homing sector, saying a couple of people messaged and said, oh, it's a bubble, it's finished, it's done. I really hope it is. I hope that house prices, the last big bubble was 2008, and obviously house prices crashed right down. But if you look now, they're past that. They're past the all-time high. It's like Bitcoin, but real world case. You know, it gives you, think about it, it gives you a passive income, and typically it's going up in appreciation. It's anti-inflammatory, so when inflation goes up, house prices cost more to buy, so they normally outpace inflation. And if you bought a property at any point in history, if you'd kept it, and obviously depending on circumstance, like what condition it was, what location it's in, then you should be in profit. You should have made money. If you haven't, then you've picked a really bad property. But yeah, most properties now, you're always, so it's like when Bitcoin gets past its all-time high of 20,000, you could officially say anybody who's ever bought Bitcoin has been in profit as long as they held it. And that's exactly the same with property. It's always gone up in value all the time, even the crash of 2008. Now, what did happen though, there was a period of where there was a period where the housing market was the best time to buy. It was the best time to buy. You were getting houses with 30-40% discounts on them because people were panicking and they didn't want to sell and they didn't know how long it'd be, and you know, all of this stuff, and you couldn't get mortgages, so there was a lot of cash purchases out there. Now if you look at the average house price, it dropped dramatically, but that's the average. Think of all those investors that said, look mate, I could pay cash, it could be done by the end of the week, and they bought the houses at that point, and now they're past their all-time highs. They got way past what they were worth in 2008, I think around about 2014, and we've had 6 years since then, and it's just continuously gone up. So if there is another drop down, The only way I could lose out, or the project could lose out, is if we was to buy a house top end, then I refurbished it, and then I tried to remortgage it, and they said, actually, housing market's really crashed in the last 2 weeks that you've bought this property, so you've lost 30% of your value. Now, to me, that would be devastating, I suppose, but it still wouldn't bother me too much, because I'd say, okay, that's fine. Can you just remortgage it for whatever it is that you're happy to lend against? So some of them will say, well, because the market's so uncertain, you need to put down a 30% as a deposit, 40%, 50%. Well, the equity is already in the home, so you can say, right, okay, there you go. The equity is already tied up in the property. And yeah, it might mean that for 2 years, you don't get the full 75% out of it. But give it 2 years or so, once you're due for a remortgage, the chances are properties are going to be more expensive than they were in today's prices, and then you just remortgage it then and get the 75% out then. So, you know, I'm not that worried about it. If anything, I'd be very happy if the housing market crashed and there were cheap properties going around, especially after this token sale. All of a sudden I've got cash sitting there waiting, ready to buy a home, and they've just reduced by 20-30%. Bring it. I'd say bring it on. Happy days. I'd be well happy with that. It only really affects you when you sell the property. The day you sell it, if that day housing market crashes, then it affects you. It really affects you. But until that day, it doesn't affect you. So a lot of people saying, what about the housing market? What if housing market crashes? What if houses drop in value? Great. For someone buying a property, great. But if you're talking about, I've bought a house, I've renovated it, and then it's crashed at that exact time, which would be very unfortunate for someone starting up a new project. But all that would mean is that you may have to leave some money in the deal, which isn't the end of the world. If I had turned around and said, hey guys, I bought a property, in the end I had to leave 7 grand in it. You know, if I raise 50,000, then that's, you know, I won't worry. I wouldn't lose sleep over it. And you also have, that money is off that property, so you've got less of a mortgage, which means less monthly payments, unless the interest rates really shoot up. So that's another thing that could happen. Interest rates could shoot right up. Now, they'd have to shoot up in between the day you bought the house and the day you finished renovating it, so you can get a remortgager out, like valuation done on the property. If interest rates all of a sudden, in between that very short window, just all of a sudden went through to like, they went from 0.5, whatever they are now, to like 5.5 or 10%, then you'd think, oh my God, I'm going to be paying like 2 grand a month for that little house up there. So that's a way that a lot of people could get stung. And that is why it's quite desirable, if the deal isn't too much different, is to get a 5-year fixed deal on the property, because then you're covered for at least 5 years, and after that, hopefully the property's gone up in value. You can just sell it at the end if interest rates are sky high and it makes no sense doing it. So yeah, there's always ways and means and ways around it. How many people do you know personally that have bought a property years before and said, yeah, I really regret it, I really wish we never bought that property? Like, in terms of growing their overall wealth, they might have said, oh, I wish we never bought here because we don't like the train links or the schools or something like that. But in terms of overall wealth, if you said to someone, how much are you worth, the first thing they're going to say is, well, you know, this house is worth 300,000, but we only owe 280 against it. Also, we've got 20 grand. You know, that's the way that people think. But yet they only buy one property in their life. It doesn't make sense. Surely you'd buy 10. And that's what I'm trying to achieve with Ether Homes. So if you've liked this live chat, just give me a thumbs up, smash that thumbs up button for me. Don't forget to click subscribe if you're new to the channel, and also tick that little bell notification to be notified next time I go live. If you do have any questions right now, if you're sitting there thinking, oh, I've got this question, but it might make me sound silly in front of the group chat, just send me a private message on Telegram at BitGlenn, or on Telegram at BitGlenn, or you can just comment in the comment section down below. Plenty of way. Or you can send me a message through Facebook, search for Ether Homes on Facebook group, So there's plenty of ways for you guys to communicate and chat with me. If you want to invest but you're not sure about anything I've said, you're more than welcome to phone call me through the Telegram app, so people get through to me whenever. Obviously, I'd appreciate if you didn't ring me at 12 o'clock at night, because I'll be asleep. But anytime UK time between sort of 9 a.m. all the way through till probably 9 p.m, 10 p.m, then you're more than welcome to try and call me, and I'll answer any questions you have. Like I say, I've got nothing to hide, nothing to be ashamed of. I'm very happy with this project, and I'm happy with how it's gone in the first few days. Lots of interest, lots of people saying, yep, I want to get involved, but I'm just going to wait a bit. So I'm expecting towards the end of the project to be this massive influx of coins. Could be people chatting absolute shit, and they might just be saying that just to get in contact with me and have conversation with me. I don't know, which is odd, because you can chat to me whenever you want. People chat to me in the live chat whenever they want. Chris says, right, everyone remembered to ring Glenn at 2 a.m. You can try, but I put my phone on like after 11, I think it is. It goes into this mode where it doesn't ring or vibrate at all. It just comes up with notifications up the bar. Because I have Telegram, Twitter, YouTube, otherwise my phone would be going bing, 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 like all night long. So yeah, I set it so that it goes into do not disturb mode from like 11 p.m. till probably about 8-9 p.m. Damn, always a step ahead. Sorry, Chris, I know you want to ruin my life, but yeah, I try not to, because otherwise it would wake me and the wife and kids up. So anyway, you can always contact me through there. You can contact me through the social medias. You can comment on this video down below. Go and visit etherhomes.com. You can also go over to the app in Telegram and search for Ether Homes. Send a message in that group. If I don't get back to it, there's a few people in there that will. So plenty ways of, if you're not sure about the project, if they're saying that you're like, oh, I would invest in it but I'm just not sure, it might just be me. You might say, I don't actually like this bit, Glenn, I don't want to invest in his project. You know, that's fine, that's your money, you do what you feel's best for it. But I will say, the next time that you buy an ERC20 token, like, I don't know, Trust Swap, ORN, this YFI, this all these different some of them are openly come out and say, there was a token I read about and they've come out and said, look, I think the guy actually from YFI, the guy who created that, he said my token is worthless, is worth zero, but yeah, it's now valued at $25,000, which is insane. Well, I'm saying, look, you know, if we have 100 grand of assets, the project should be worth 100 grand. You do 100 grand divided by how many coins there are, currently 17,500. You guys do the maths, that should work out that each coin is worth, I don't know, $10 or something. I don't know, well, whatever the maths is. So obviously the valuation of 10.5, 11 cent per token, I think I've done a pretty good job personally. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you think. That's it from me, guys. I'll leave it there because I've been going on for 45 minutes now. I'll see you on the next video. I'll try and do one tomorrow like I have been every day. And obviously, hopefully, I'll see more of you in the chat and also sending money over in the smart contract for the Ethereum swap to the new home token, which ends on the 24th of September. After that date, if people start messaging me saying, hi Glenn, can I buy some tokens through you? No, because I'll only have the ones that I've paid for, and I won't be selling them for less than like $2-3 per coin. And they might be worth even more than that, depending on how many are minted. If only 50,000 are minted, then the coin in theory should be worth £1,000 per coin, because then that would give you £50,000. So yeah, we'll see what happens. That's it from me, guys. I'll catch you on the next video from Big Len. Bye.